Isang mainit na hapon sa inyong lahat. Mga ginigili kong kapatid, sa maraming nangumpisal sa akin nung nakaraang mahal na araw, isa sa madalas na banggitin ng mga nangungumpisal ay yung pakiramdam nila na sa gitna ng hirap ng buhay, sa gitna ng mga pagsubok na dumarating, sa bigat ng krus na kanilang pinapasan, ang feeling nila para silang nag-iisa. They feel abandoned, they feel alone. Siguro sa maraming naririto ngayon sa loob ng katedral, baka paminsan-minsan ganyan din ang inyong nararamdaman. And that is why many of us can relate to the experience of the two disciples on the way to Emmaus. They were a little bit downcast, disappointed. Dreams were shattered. Akala pa naman namin, no? Di ba? Akala pa naman namin siya ang magliligtas sa Israel. We were hoping that He would be the one to redeem Israel. Broken dreams, shattered hopes. Akala pa naman namin. At siguro dahil sa karanasang ito ng pagkadismaya, kawalan ng pag-asa, na hindi nila napansin na sa kanilang paglalakbay pauwi ng kanilang barangay o village, hindi nila napansin sinasabayan sila ni Jesus. They thought that they were just talking to a stranger. They thought that the one walking with them is just an ordinary person, curious of what happened in Jerusalem. My dear brothers and sisters, this gospel reminds us that we are not alone in our journey called life. Huwag nating kalimutan yon. Na sa gitna ng mga mabibigat na problema, sa gitna ng mga matitinding pagsubok, hindi tayo nag-iisa, kasama natin si Jesus na naglalakad. As we celebrate the Jubilee of Hope, when we are on the pilgrimage of hope, let hope be a reminder to us that we are not alone. At isa pa po sa maraming mga ikinumpisal nung nakaraang mahal na araw ay yung pag tinanong mo, kailan po kayo huling nangumpisal? Sasabihin ng iba, 10 taon, 20 taon. Yung iba, ang huling kumpisal nila nung kanilang first communion. At sasabihin nila, Father, hindi na rin po ako nagsisimba eh. Kaya sasabihin ko, go back to the sacraments. And I'm very glad that you came here, kneeling in front of me, or beside me, or sitting beside me, pouring out yourself, to the Lord. It's a good response. After so many years, you said yes to the invitation. And then sasabihin ko, go back to the Eucharist. Magsimba ka uli. Bumalik ka sa pagsisimba. Why? Because in the Eucharist, whenever we celebrate the Mass, we experience what the experience was of the two disciples on the way to Emmaus. Jesus explaining the Eucharist, the Scriptures. Jesus explaining the Scriptures. And that is what is happening in the liturgy of the Word. Yung paunang bahagi ng banal na misa, yung pagpapahayag ng salita ng Diyos, yung pagninilay na ibinibigay ng pari, batay sa ipinahayag na salita ng Diyos, si Kristo ang nangungusap sa atin. And I wonder how many of us have been touched by the Scriptures they heard. Di ba? Minsan, sasabihin nyo, tamang-tama yung pagbasa sa akin. Tamang-tama yung sinabi ni Father sa akin. And yun yung pagkakataon na hinihipo kayo ng Panginoon sa pamamagitan ng salita ng Diyos. Yung tinamaan kayo dahil yung pinagdadaanan ninyo ay akmang-akma sa salita ng Diyos na ipinahayag. Sabi nga ng mga alagad, no, were not our hearts burning, no? When He opened to us the Scriptures. I wonder, I repeat, how many of you have experienced that? Tamang-tama sa akin ang salitang iyon ng Diyos. And the second part, no, just like what the experience of the disciples was when Jesus broke the bread in front of him, the second part of the Eucharist of the Mass is the Eucharist. When the bread is broken and distributed in communion. Again, I wonder how many of us receive communion and the result is there is something burning in my heart. Sana po, sa bawat pagdiriwang ng misa na ating dinadaluhan, naaantig ang ating mga puso, tinatamaan tayo ng salita ng Diyos, at nabibigyan tayo ng kaginhawahan ng banal na komunyong ating tinatanggap. Let us go back to the sacraments and let us go back to the meaningful celebration of the Mass. Tandaan natin, sa paglalakbay sa buhay na ito, kasama natin si Jesus. Amen.